I'm Ben Steger. Welcome to Training to Win. You need to accept that there are no magic pills. There are no shortcuts. There are no secret techniques. What you should do is train. Train to be fast, train to be accurate, train to win. This video will show you some simple dry fire drills, proven live fire techniques, and most importantly, how to apply it on a stage. My name is Ben Steger. Welcome to Training to Win. Joining me today are Matt Hopkins and Chris Kozel. Matt Hopkins is a Grandmaster production shooter and a professional with CZ USA. Chris Kozel is an amateur shooter and he's an A-class in open. We've taken over this entire range. We've constructed stages, live fire drills, and dry fire drills, and our goal is to help you get better. All right guys, this stage is called Red Rum. It's a 13-round stage with 6 metric targets and 1 piece of steel. The start position is one hand on each of these marks, standing squarely in front of them on the wall. Any questions? All right, we're ready to shoot. All right, I think it's best to get a grip on the pistol in the holster before you start really moving your body around. Range is clear, time 6:49. How do you think that went, Matt?
I think it went good.
Yeah, good. I think you could maybe have had your reload done a hair sooner. Yeah. All right, let's paste it up. Are you ready? Stand by. Finished, unload and show clear. Clear, hammer down, holster. Range is clear. Time 6:25. Let's take a look at this. Notice as you shot your way out of this position, a lot of points dropped. And then over here, your first target coming in, a lot of points dropped. Yeah. The first stage of the match always makes me a little bit nervous. So many shooters crash and burn, and I really don't want that to be me. Come up with a good plan, stay relaxed, and have fun. That's the only thing you can really do.
Finish on so clear. Clear, hammer down, holster.
Time?
5:71.
All right, I missed my reload a little bit, but the key for me was to be ready to shoot as I'm coming around the wall over there. All right, how do you guys think that stage went?
Oh, I screwed the pooch on that one.
Now your strategy was to come all the way in on one side,
yeah,
and then shoot out of that position and then get started while you're still moving going into the other position.
That's correct.
Did that give you a fast time?
No.
I think you were fast.
Yeah, I was fast, but I dropped a lot of points and then I missed the popper coming across. That was the other thing that cost me a lot.
Yeah, so you probably can't really execute that all that well yet.
Right.
Yeah. Matt, what about you?
Thought it went good. I need to get the reload and get the gun up and ready into the position before.
Yeah, well, I like to be aiming if you're aiming through the wall, right where the target's going to appear. Any questions, Cozy? Are you going to try it differently?
Yeah, actually I'm going to try running it from the opposite side and just try, shooting my way in and then shooting my way in on the opposite side.
All right, so yeah, again, you want to have your dot up on the wall as you come around.
Okay.
Finished, unload and show clear. Did you notice that you had your gun around the wall? You put your gun all the way over here and then brought back in to hunt for the target instead of going straight to where the target's going to appear? All right, so we should try and shoot this maybe the fastest possible way.
Definitely. How would that be?
Okay, well, in theory, what do you think?
Inside out, outside in.
Yeah, in theory, it's fastest for me to come all the way to the inside and shoot and back out, and then go straight in over here and keep moving the whole time. The problem is I have a reload in there, so I think we've only got 2 or 3 steps here. I suspect I won't be able to get the reload done in time to make this worth it. I can make the stage a lot harder, but I don't think I'll save any time doing this. I don't think that saved any time. Yeah, a little slower. So I spent all the time reloading in the center. And I pulled him across that target pretty aggressively at the end. Tried to burn it.
224.
Yeah.
This is position to position.
Spot to spot, so it didn't really save any time to do that. All right, we got it.
It's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, a lot harder shooting. If you're watching this DVD, you probably already shoot. You know how to draw, you know how to reload. Maybe you're not as fast as you want to be. Maybe you want to get better. That's where we come in. I'm not going to waste your time with the basics that you already know. I'm going to assume that you're safe. But after you're safe and you're effective, then you want to get better. You want to push forward, and that's what we're going to work on today. I want you to understand the process. Live fire drills, dry fire drills, what are you trying to accomplish? You look at these guys standing next to me, you look at me, we're just regular people. Matt Hopkins became a grandmaster by practicing, not by natural talent. I got to where I'm at by practice, not by natural talent. That's what we're going to work on, is practice. How to improve, how to get better, how to put the work in. Let's get started. All right, we're ready to move on to dry fire training. If you're a regular shooter, dry fire is your primary means of practice. There's no way that you're gonna have enough money or enough time to get out to the range 7 days a week, but you can dry fire at home 7 days a week. Any skill that you do in live fire, you can practice it at home in dry fire. All you need is a few targets of different sizes, and you can recreate pretty much any challenge that you'll see on the range. When you're dry firing, safety is really important. The operative word for dry fire is dry. That means you can't have any live ammunition even in the same room as you when you're doing dry fire. The first thing you need for dry fire is some targets. Right here we have some half-scale targets, so we just put these at half the distance we want to use. So if we want to simulate 30 feet, we just put these at 15 feet. You can use smaller targets if you need to, depending on the size of your house. Another thing you're going to need is dummy rounds. I like to load up ammunition with no powder and no primer, and then fill up mags with it and give them a realistic weight. I use dedicated dry fire practice mags, so I beat up my magazines without having to worry about damaging the stuff that I compete with. If you use a grip lotion, like the Pro Grip that I use it when you dry fire too, because it changes the way your gun feels. The thing that you're trying to learn when you're dry firing is how to look to any spot, draw the gun or push the gun to that target really quickly, produce the sight picture you need, and then work the trigger. Most of the drills that we're going to be doing today are drills that really focus on that. Maybe you're going to draw and shoot a target, then reload, shoot the same target, or transition between targets, something like that. But we're always going to be looking to a spot, driving the sights to it as quickly as we can. One really common question with dry fire is how to work your trigger. Every trigger system's a little bit different. I have a traditional double action pistol here, which in live fire, if I pull the trigger once, the gun would then cock, and then I get a shorter, lighter trigger. What I do with this type of pistol is pull the trigger all the way to the rear and then pin it back some and then work it a little bit, but I don't let it come forward enough to pick up the hammer for another double action shot. When I reload or something, my finger comes off the trigger, and then the next time I pull the trigger, I'll get a double action shot, and I'll continue with that. Cozy, you're shooting a single action gun, so he's gonna get one hammer fall, he'll pull the trigger and the hammer's gonna go once, and then he's just gonna work the trigger. The trigger will be dead, it won't be doing anything, but he's just gonna put pressure into it like he normally would when he was shooting. If you're shooting a striker fired pistol like a Glock or an M&P, might be mushy. M&Ps get mushy, XDs get mushy, Glocks just go dead, and you can just keep putting pressure into them. And it's about working your finger, and you're not going to get any feedback from the trigger, but you're doing the best you can. All right, the first drill we're going to work on is just working on your draw. So you're going to draw your pistol, get a good grip on it, and aim it at the target. You don't pull your trigger on this drill because when people start working with a time limit, they start racing the beep and they end up pulling the trigger when the pistol's not actually aimed at the target. So that's a bad habit to get into. So what we're actually going to do is get a sight picture as quickly as we can, not pull the trigger as quickly as we can. All right, with this drill, I'm just trying to get a grip on the pistol. I set the time limit tight, so I have to go fast. If I miss my grip, I may still get a sight picture on the target, but if the grip isn't quite right, that's something I need to keep working on. So now Cozy's decided from the live fire that he's been doing that he wants to make a change to his technique. So now he's going to go do it in dry fire. If he worked on this every day for a few weeks, he could make this change and he wouldn't have to think about it anymore. Because he was doing this, and now he wants to do this. Right. Very nice. You can relax your shoulders a little bit. Nice. There you go. Again. Get that grip faster. Stand by. All right, good. The first drill we're going to work on today is called the bill drill. It's a classic. I'm pretty sure that you've heard of it. What we have behind me is a target at 7 yards. The goal is to draw and fire 6 rounds into the A zone in 2 seconds. This drill is a great test of your draw. The reason is you have to be fast out of the holster, and the time limit forces you to build an effective grip. When your pistol comes out of the holster, you need to have a firm grip on it. Ideally, you're going to be able to fire rounds into the A zone as fast as you can pull the trigger. If you've been dry firing and practicing effectively, you'll be able to do this when you get out to the range. Should I shoot? Yeah. All right. Total time is 1:73. Hopkins, you want to shoot? Stand by. All right, Matt, your draw there was 1:24, total time 2:21. So pick up your draw just a hair. Total time 2:07. Your draw was 1:14. Let's try it again. Total time 2 seconds. Draw was 1:14. Still on the draw. You're twisting your hip a little bit as you go. Let's try it again. 198. Oh, 3 C's. 1:16 draw. Just try and get on the trigger a little bit sooner as you get the pistol out. 198 off a 1:15 draw. Only 1 C. If anything, you got to pick up the draw. 195, you got on the trigger soon enough that you clipped a D at the bottom there. Let's go one more. Try and drive them all into the A zone. 198. All right, you can unload. 205. Or just relax your arms and let the gun cycle. Just work your fingers. 113 draw. The shooting part was okay, but the draw needs to be a little bit quicker. Tracking down low into the left.
183. You made the time limit easily there, but you were shooting Ds, or 2 of Ds, I think. Yeah, shoot a couple Ds. Let's try it one more time, drive them all into the A zone. Had a little bit of trouble finding your dot there?
Yeah.
All right, that's what it looked like. 119 for the first shot, so you can see the key to this is really going to be doing dry fire for your draw, right? Once you can do a build drill at 7 yards, I like to push the target back to 15 yards. You can use a 2.5 second time limit and still go for all A's. This is the same idea as a 7-yard build drill, it's just a lot harder. After you master this distance, of course you can push the target back even further, add just a little bit more time. Let's try it at 15 yards. My total time there was 2.3 seconds, and it looks like I had a 112 draw. So I was successful on this drill, so now I'm gonna push it faster. Okay, my shots opened up a little bit. Total time was 2.15. I felt like I missed my grip a little bit as I drew. That's something that I'd work out in dry fire. I'm gonna continue on here and see if I can go a little bit faster than that 2.3 and still connect. Total time there was 196. I think I still had a C. 232. 260. Got it there, 243. I think you got the A's. Did he get the A's? He got the A's. What's the hardest part about this drill, Matt?
Relax.
The what?
Relax.
Well, fucking relax. .285. Did you have trouble finding your dot?
You know, getting my support hand grip on there, I kind of struggled with.
All right, get your support hand over more towards the holster so you can start establishing your grip a little bit sooner, okay? .253. All right, now after you're done pushing, I like to pull it back and shoot a nice conservative, safe run on any drill to, prove to myself that I can still do it. All right, that's the 15-yard build drill. There's really nothing going on there that you can't work on in dry fire. Now, Chris, did you have any problems in that drill that weren't related to the way you gripped the pistol when you drew or somehow related to that whole process?
No.
No. So this is a good way to check your dry fire to make sure you're doing it right. When you draw the pistol every single time, you want to have a consistent, firm grip on it. And if you do that right, you'll be able to run shots into the A zone much more easily. All right, guys, this stage is called Cubbyhole. It's the 12-round stage with 6 metric targets. It's the start position, toes against the front of the fault line here, hands on barrels like so. Any questions?
If you're serious about getting good and you start practicing, you're going to get a lot better in a hurry and start beating most people at most club level matches, and it's just inevitable.
What do you think?
Not happy with my shots in here. I lost the dot. It jumped up when I came into here.
You singed them right off the barrel, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was no bueno. Many people think these short stages don't matter. The truth is that any mistake can throw you way back in the rankings. On this stage, you've got a draw and a transition to a headbox, and both of those are good places to make mistakes.
Are you ready? Stand by. I think you got all alphas. All alphas.
You like that?
Pretty boss.
I like that. All right, so you guys both went left, center, right, and I started in the center. Okay, I wanted to get a really fast first shot because those targets were big and close, so I wanted to shoot the close, easy stuff as I was positioning myself back here for the stuff we had to lean a little bit for. Okay, yeah, I don't know that there'd be a huge time difference, but I think we might want to try it some other ways. I would definitely go left, center, right. Now, what do you think about starting on the headshot over there?
That would not be the fastest.
Definitely not. So we all like finishing there. All right, well, let's shoot it a little differently. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try, what you just did is drawing off in the center.
All right.
The barrels.
Okay, you guys try what I did and I'll do what you did. All right, great. Show clear.
I felt like I was really fast at the headshots,
Yes.
but I got the hits.
Yes, you did.
Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, good. Oh, if you're finished upload and show clear.
.51.
Yeah, I missed my draw a little bit. It's awkward when you're standing right up here and you got to come down and find your holster, but oh well. About the same result for me, not really much of a change at all. All right, the next drill we're going to work on is drawing and shooting 2 rounds, reloading and shooting 2 more rounds. A pretty sporty time for this in dry fire is about 2 seconds. Okay, now we'll try to cut the time limit down a little bit. What do you think, guys?
1.8.
1.8. All right, we'll try that. So now the whole time I'm just working on, getting the gun positioned right when I reload, keeping myself relaxed so I can move quickly and efficiently. If you get tensed up, you're done.
So do you normally, when you do this drill, do you always start off at a little higher, like a 2 second, and then start working your way down to?
No, usually I like to start off as fast as I can.
Okay.
And let myself make those mistakes and get, because it's hard to go fast right away.
Okay.
Because in a match, you want to go full speed first thing, right? So when you dry fire, I like to start off as fast as I can go and then try and push from there.
Okay.
So I think I can go a little quicker.
1.6.
1.6. All right, what do you guys want to have a go?
Sure.
Right. Okay, we'll start off at 2.2. That's okay. Mistakes are very normal doing this. If it matters, you've got plenty of time.
It's my grip on the ground back.
It usually is. You got this? Very nice. I think you got a lot more in you. 2 seconds now? That's good. That's good. Very nice. All right, good. Hopkins, stand by. You got it. All right, I think we're good there. All right, this is 4 aces. This is just one target at 7 yards. Draw and shoot 2 A's, reload and shoot 2 more A's. This is a very difficult drill to get right. It's a good test of your dry fire training to see if you're practicing your draws and your reloads properly. I think you'll find that it's very difficult to remain relaxed during this drill.
This is just so hard to produce a fast time. You need to be nice and fluid and relaxed, but then you still want to tense up when you fire the gun. 2.5 seconds is a pretty fast time on this drill. I like to see a draw of about 1 second and a reload of a little over a second, 1.1, 1.2. Total time, 2:28. Let's try it again. All right, total time there, 2:20. I'm pretty consistent like this, but now since it's practice, I want to push and see how hard I can go. And that's how easy it is to make a mistake. All right, let's get these other guys up here to take a shot. Why don't you try bringing the gun a little bit lower? A little bit lower. 2.82. Let's go hard, man. 2.77. How do you think you could get a faster time?
Between a draw and reload.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Draws running 112, reload 130. Yeah, there's a good half a second there you can get. Let's get cozy up here. Total 288. I'd like to see you get a grip on your pistol sooner when you draw. I really would. It's not finishing up till pretty late.
Okay. So I do have a question about how far back you bring the gun. So a lot of guys have talked about, kind of leaving it out, especially with open. Production and guys I know talk about bringing the gun all the way back. I mean, where do you find the,
For me, I think the sweet spot is right here.
Okay.
Now, I mean, closer into your body and lower down, you generally have more control. I think it's been really helpful for me to point the gun right at the ammunition source.
Okay.
So you kind of bring it back in close to your body and twist it over. So now my mag well's pointed right where the ammo's coming from. And that'll help line up your mag to be at the right angle too. There's 288. After you're done reloading, you should get a grip back on the pistol properly, and it's almost like you're chasing the gun back out with your left hand. So you get it reloaded and you chase it back out. I like to roll it right into the trigger guard, back out on target. It'll take a lot of dry fire to work those changes in, but I recommend trying it. .259. All right, that's 4 aces. I find when I'm out shooting this drill that there's really nothing I can do on that day to get a better time, but I do always get ideas that I can take to my dry fire and I can work with them there, and then when you come back out to the range, you check your times again, and you see if you've made any progress. All right, guys, this stage is called Sand Trap. 12-round stage, 6 metric targets. The start position's down here with your heels on the X's. Any questions?
I think you're smoked when you burn out. It's tough to get any better. This is fun for me. I like shooting.
Stand by. You're finished, unload and show clear. Pulled off that one a little early. So you felt that one pretty well, Matt.
I tighten up the center some on points wise.
Yeah. All right. Let's paste them up. Are you ready? Stand by. Finished, unload and show clear. That was smooth and efficient, it looked to me. Oh, that was fantastic. This is one of those stages that I get really tempted to rail on. I want to shoot a really fast time, but I know if I do, I risk dropping a lot of points. The best plan is to shoot as clean as possible.
Finish, unload, choke clear.
All right, so what do you think the fast plan was here?
I don't think they much matter. I think it's execution.
You don't think it's gonna matter?
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Cozy, what do you think the fastest plan here is?
Well, logically, it would be keep moving.
Yes, that would be fastest. It's a little bit tougher to hit everything, but it's the best. We should, we'll test a few different ways and see what's best.
But I do like what you just did as far as, you know, you limited your movement when you came into here. I like how you only had to step off a partial and you could still see you had 3 targets visible here.
You don't have to come up closer to the wall at all here. The way the angles are, you can see stuff easier further back.
Dictating sides, I think this is just the way the targets are laying out and the wall sections, this side's easier to come to just because you don't have to come as far over.
Yeah, the stages like this are supposed to be symmetrical a lot of times, but if you actually look at them, they never really are exactly. What can we do to get a better time?
I'm just gonna try sliding over one position, take 3 targets from that position.
From like right over here?
Yep.
Right where I'm standing?
Yep.
And then we kind of slide through here.
And then take those 2 on the move.
Uh-huh.
And then haul ass to that and finish off on that one.
Okay, well, hopefully you're not hauling ass. What I'll look for from you is as soon as you get done with this target, the final target, then you push your gun over and the last target in the stage is there for you.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So there shouldn't be any hauling ass. Your gun's gonna make a straight line over to that target and you'll be able to shoot it. All right, what about you, Matt?
I'm gonna work on getting the reload in, looking it in.
All right, I think I'll pick the worst possible plan I can. I'll shoot the back, standing still, and then reload and shoot each side and see how much slower it is. I suspect it'll be about 1.5 seconds, but we'll see. Ready? Stand by. Very nice. Cozy. Ready?
That was a good run.
It looked good.
What was the time?
5:04. It was blazing fast, but that's what it should look like for you. All right, now this is probably the worst plan I can think of on this stage. So we'll see if it's how much worse it is.
Are you ready? Stand by. .577.
So it was worse, but
3/10 worse, I think.
yeah, not even that much. It's gonna be a lot worse.
Yeah. You're in a 100% stable platform shooting the hardest shots on the stage, so that means something.
That made it easy to shoot.
Yeah, this. Yeah. Ideal though?
Not really. I don't think it's the way to win the stage. All right. This next drill we're working on is a distance change-up drill. We've got small targets. We're using little circles to simulate a harder target or a piece of steel. And we're using full-size targets to simulate a closer, easy target. And we're gonna practice going between them the same that you would in live fire, where you get a really hard, sharp sight picture on the tougher targets, and then you go more aggressively on the closer targets, maybe just see the outline of your gun. You do have to know how to live fire this in order to dry fire it effectively. So you have to go shoot a distance change-up drill in live fire, figure out what you have to do to hit targets at different distances, and then you can come home and practice that. I'll set a par time of 1.8 seconds and see where I end up. All right, looks like I called it about right. I'm gonna keep going. I missed my grip a little bit, so I'll try and clean that up. All right, now I'll go the other way. Reloads usually add 8/10, 9/10 of a second for me. Chris, do you want to try this?
Yes.
Yes. So get a really stable stopped dot on the harder targets, and then just really drive into the close one. You seem really tense, bro. Just relax. You just hold the gun with your hands, not your arms. Very nice. Add 1 second, sound fair? You had plenty of time there. Very nice. All right, let's get Matthew going. Good sight
I've seen the
pictures?
side picture on the first one.
Or at least you're being honest about that. It's really important to be honest with yourself when you're dry firing because you can seriously screw yourself up. Work within the time limit that you have. So you're not going to slow down, you're just going to get better. Very nice. Loved it. That felt good. Looked good. Looked great. All right, this is distance changeup. What we have here is 2 targets at 5 yards, and in the center, a piece of steel back there at about 15 yards. What I'm looking for on this drill is my split times going from a close target to a far target and a far target to a close target. It doesn't really matter how you set the targets, but the idea is that you have a easy set of targets and you have a hard target and you practice going between them. I like to shoot every way I can, left to right, right to left, near to far, and far to near. What you're trying to learn on this drill are the different sight pictures you need to get at different ranges. For this close 5-yard target, I just need to see the outline of the gun and I can get on the trigger. To hit that long steel target consistently, I want to see a nice, clear, sharp front sight focus. What you need to see on these targets is different for everybody, so you need to learn what you have to do. If you're shooting an open gun, you need to learn how stable you need to keep the dot to hit the target consistently. Maybe you can just push your gun into the close target and look through the scope and not even see the dot and still hit A's on the close target. In any event, you need to learn what you have to do at any given distance to hit those targets so you can take that to your dry fire and learn to produce those sight pictures consistently. Pay attention to your trigger control. On the close targets, you can slap the hell out of the trigger. On the long targets, you may need to be a lot more careful. You need to learn what you have to do and then train yourself to do it consistently. The important time there is the time out to the plate. Total time 194. Now I'll run it far to near, so I'll draw down on the plate and then have 4 fast shots after that. Total time 209. Let's give these other guys a shot. Total time 236. Hit on the plate. Let's try it again. Trigger freeze. Now run it close to far. 2-2-2. Start on the plate. Stand by. Two, 5-3. Long draw. 2-4-6. Ready? Stand by. 286, 138 draw. You can get on the dot a little quicker than that. 245. This is where the open guns have a big advantage. So drive your dot to that plate fast. Plate, then back to the paper. 238. Paper, then the plate. Observations on this?
I overswing the gun a lot.
Yeah, good. This is a good one to work on dry fire. The same sorts of skills, and that should take care of that. We'll try it one more time. With a big lag between the paper targets, it shouldn't be a long transition between them. Where it's pop up, then onto the steel. It should drive the gun right between them, pop. It is possible. Try it, run it a little harder. 260, all right.
right, you can unload. That's the distance changeup. This is a really, really important skill that you're gonna use a lot in matches. You go to matches all the time where they have targets mixed up, different distances, different difficulty levels, and you need to be able to transition between them really efficiently. This is the accelerator. Behind me, I've got a target at 25 yards, a target at 15 yards, and a target at 7 yards, or about as close as we can get on this range. I'm going to shoot each target twice, reload, and shoot each target twice more. This is another one of those drills where you're working with targets at different distances. You're learning about the different sight pictures you need at different distances and learning how to work the trigger at different distances. Up close, you can be a lot more careless. At longer distances, you need a lot more discipline. When you're shooting this drill, be sure to work far to near and near to far. I'll start out going near to far. 6 seconds is a fast time on this one. Looks like I had 2 C's. Now we'll go far to near. I picked up the D on the draw, didn't I? All right, since I shot a D there, I'm gonna go again. Far to near. Total time there, 5:15. Total time, 6:73. Total time, 6:44. Let's try it far to near. 5:69. You're a second faster that way. This is a big problem. You shouldn't have that much of a difference.
I noticed my problem with this, going near to far compared to far to near, is the speeding up the transition or slowing them down. Because I do all the other ones the same speed, going near to far.
Well, run it near to far then. Produce that same time near to far, because that's a second is a huge gap. It shouldn't be that much different. Do you run this one ever? You like it?
I usually just run it without the reload, so it's usually, you know, draw, going.
You're still getting the same benefit, right?
Yeah.
But there's some stuff that happens when you reload. Like it's nice to develop the discipline to load, get the grip back on for a long target, or to load and just drive the dot onto the target and get on the trigger at the close range one.
Do you really kind of monitor your transitions then?
Yeah. You pay attention to all of your split times and which way you go. And it's pretty easy to get the times where you want them. After you practice well, it's pretty easy to get the times you want. And then I pay a lot of attention to accuracy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like for me, I have a lot easier time being accurate going near to far, but I'm a hair faster going far to near. Okay. So I just pay attention to that stuff and try and work at it.
All right.
Yeah. So the reload adds that whole other element in there. I'm not hearing a big speed difference for you between close range and long range splits. You know what I mean? And you'd think there would be, right? .574. Let's run it far to near now. A little bit of a bobble there. All right, that's the accelerator. It's another one of those distance change-up drills, but with the reload thrown in there, that's a little extra curveball that you have to deal with. Again, you're just trying to learn what you have to do in dry fire. You're learning what sight pictures you need, what things have to look like in order to fire a good shot. You're learning about your trigger control. The idea isn't to come out here and be perfect every time, it's to learn something. It's really easy on a drill like this to sling one over the shoulder on the back target and to not know it. If you're not pacing the target, you're not going to see that. You want to be accountable for every shot. All right, gentlemen, this is Quick 45. This is a 7-round short course. We've got 2 metric targets, 2 poppers, and 1 plate. The start position will be standing in the box with your gun loaded and on the barrel, and you're required to fire all your shots strong hand only. Any questions?
One of the reasons that I make my practice really difficult is that when I go to matches, I just want to feel comfortable. I like to make my practice hard so that I don't ever have that feeling of I can't do this.
What do you think, Matt? Drawing on the mini popper, was that a good decision?
I don't think I'll do that again. It's real tough. Double action per shot.
We're finished, unload and show clear. What do you think? Couple C's? I don't think it was too bad. Matt, what do you think the whole point of this one is? Just getting your grip, right? Strong hand shooting always feels a little bit awkward. I focus on getting a really good grip. After that, it's just sights and trigger control.
Stand by. 527 total.
Makes me sad I had the extra shot there. All right, guys, so what do you think the important things here are on this stage?
I think hitting 1 for 1 is main.
Yeah,
Main key.
we didn't do that. 1 for 1 is key. Now, the interesting thing here is I think for us, especially the draw shot or your first shot is going to be really tough because we're going to work through the double action triggers.
Right.
So conventional wisdom when you're shooting strong hand is you're going to shoot in towards your body. You're going to work in because that's the direction the recoil is going to push you anyway, is push you this way. But we have a little bit different scenario here with the full-size popper off to the left. It really does make a lot of sense to start over there. All right, do you guys want to shoot it again?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Now load and clear. That was fantastic. 491. Load and clear. 742. You tried to go be a hero on that one, didn't you? And you really should stay on the target that you're on until it goes down. No sense swinging around.
Oh, it's finished.
Center
Clear is clear. Range is clear. 454.
454. Wow, that was amazing. All right, the next drill we're going to work on is the 3-grasp drill, but we're going to do the dry fire version of it. So just like the live fire version, the real challenge here is just to get your grip properly and then drive the sights out onto the target. When you try this in live fire, it's going to feel a little bit weird, a little bit awkward. It'll feel a lot less weird if you practice at dry fire first. We're a reasonable time limit. Let's go 2.5 seconds. Sounds good. Didn't quite make it. Try it again. See if I can miss the transfer to my weak hand. Try it again. One more. Stand by. You guys want to have a go? All right, good. Probably cut off some time. That was 3.5, so we're going to cut you down to 3.2. Very nice. All right, Matt. 3.5. Stand by. Very nice. Good, actually. That was respectable. Good. Yeah, but this is hard in live fire. It's also hard in dry fire. If you practice it in dry fire, then you'll be better at it in live fire.
Do you see a lot of stages like that?
No, but it's a really good exercise, right? I mean, it'll just make you better. All right, we're gonna move on now to the 3 grasp drill. This is a really good test of your dry fire, of changing your grip. You're gonna draw the pistol from the holster. You need to get a good grip on it. You fire 2 rounds into the target. Then you fire 2 rounds strong hand only, and then transfer the pistol to your weak hand and fire 2 rounds weak hand only. Usually with strong hand only and weak hand only shooting, the problem is the same as with a bill drill or anything else. It's getting the right grip on your pistol to begin with when you pull it out of the holster. Now when I'm shooting this drill, most of the challenge is going to be as you drop a hand off the pistol and you fire strong hand only. I want the shots to come as quickly as possible. You'll see this in matches sometimes when you have to shoot strong hand or weak hand only. Again, when I transfer, I come back out on target. I don't want to waste any time. I want to start shooting as soon as possible. And that means getting a good grip on the pistol. The 3 grasp drill is at 7 yards. All right, I think about 4 seconds is a good time on this. Can you do this in 4? Oh. .291. Now again, the challenge for me here is to start firing as soon as possible when I pull my hand off the pistol and then when I transfer the pistol. So I'm going to bring it in nice and close and look it into my weak hand, push back out and start shooting again. All right, let's see what these other guys can do. .419. Let's try bringing the pistol in just a little bit closer when you transfer it. Now you can see all the time is being lost in between, right? As you go from freestyle to strong hand only or strong hand to weak hand only. That's where that dry fire comes in. Let's try it again. .398, 1C. Good run. Let's try it again. .394. There you go. .378. Cozy. Bring the pistol. Try and bring it in closer. So when you bring it in a little bit closer and push it back out, you transfer. Try this, man. So the pistol comes back in, pull your hand off it, put it in your hand, push it back out. It's like reloading. You bring the pistol in a little bit closer when you're going to handle it. .458. Try it again. .420. All right.
I can definitely see what you mean about not bringing a gun all the way back in because, man, it was getting a little wobbly out there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, that's the 3 grasp drill. And like Cozy just said, that's a really, really good test of your dry fire training. When you're shooting any of these drills, like Cozy just noticed, he saw a technique thing and he wanted to make a change. So he needs to take that back home and dry fire it, and then he'll be able to make that change. You can't really change anything out on the range. You only have time to fire maybe a couple hundred rounds, and maybe you can only make it out once a week. All the repetition has to be done at home. He has to do the dry fire. All right, guys, this stage is Zap Xenu. This is a 24-round stage with 12 metric targets. The start position is standing in the box. Any questions?
Mistakes are a fact of life. It doesn't matter how good or how terrible you are. I still make mistakes. Everybody I've ever shot with, the best guys in the world, they all make mistakes. So mistakes definitely happen. The top guys in the sport shoot misses. They just don't shoot as many of them.
Finished unload and show clear. Time 15:95. Good hits, it looks like. Yeah. I'm not sure why you did the extra reload, but that's okay. All right, let's paste them up. Are you ready? Stand by. You are finished, unload and show clear. All right, let's take a look at these hits here. Targets you came in, shot this one moving here. Got some scattered hits. Moving on that one. Then over here, I think we need to work on your shooting on the move a little bit. Anytime you were moving, you had issues. This stage offers plenty of opportunities to shoot on the move. Focus on minimizing downtime. As soon as you get a reload in, get back up on target and get shooting again.
Finish unload and show clear. So it slipped a little bit.
I slipped a little, but I waited to get back on my sight picture.
Right.
So even though I'm wearing my cleats, the surface is still a little bit slippery. This was good. I got this under control. I managed to hit everything. I think I had 1C, so I'm very happy with the run on this stage. One place I felt like I was wasting some time was coming around out of the second position to get back on my sights. I was slipping around. I felt like I lost some time there, so I might try and improve that a little bit. All right, how do you guys think it went?
Like shit.
Yeah, I had some pretty glaring mistakes on that one.
Your extra reload was interesting. Now your strategy was to go in and get 2 targets and then come back out here and kind of save yourself the awkward lean.
Yeah.
In retrospect, are you going to do that again?
I'm going to do the hard lean inside.
All right. Do you think that? Well, why would you change?
You're adding a position the other way?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, what about you, Chris?
I think I'm gonna try to actually hit the targets instead of just spraying bullets this time.
Good, and I'll try not to fall over. So I think we should all have another go at this.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? Went a little bit better that time, huh? Now, where do you think you lost a little bit of time?
I lost it on the load coming into the second position.
Very nice.
I didn't have it done at all before I was there. Points were good.
Good hits.
Drilled 2 A's headshots, so that's good.
Yeah, that's what you're happy about right there, huh?
Yeah. Off that awkward lean.
Yep. Very nice. All right, let's paste him up. What is he gonna do? Oh, he's gonna come in on the high one. Ooh, tricky.
Try it.
Let's try it.
I don't know if it's gonna be any better or not.
Nope, won't make any difference.
I don't think so.
We can try it. Finished, unload and show clear. So there you tried something different to go in and set up on the head.
It's just an awkward spot, and I caught my
Well, take a look right in there.
my foregrip on the wall. That kind of fucking hurt.
Yeah, so you got to pay the price for that with a no-shoot hit on the headshot. Oh, so you wouldn't do that again?
No.
No. All right. Well, let's paste them up.
Hey, Ben.
It was worth
One
a try.
thing I would bring up is how fucking hard it is to shoot on a move with uneven ground like this. I mean, that is like, it's a bitch.
Yeah, well, no, that's true.
You know, I really underestimated it, and it's tough, man.
So you're talking about how challenging it was right here?
And even coming into there, I felt like I was bouncing around a lot and trying to get traction and just,
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have that feeling, and the big thing is just to wait until your dot is there for you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't just let it rip anyway. You have to drive it into the A zone.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So the not slipping and falling around helped quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, I think got all the hits that time.
All the A's?
Yep.
Well, that's good. I must be warming up.
All right, the next thing we're gonna work on is shooting on the move. Just like the live fire drill, the real challenge here is to get down low and stable and get a nice stable sight picture on the targets. To help work with that, we've got 3 close, easy targets, and we're gonna practice shooting them while moving. We'll put a little bit of a time limit on it, so we have to move quickly and shoot quickly. We're gonna try and move as far as we can while we're shooting. To figure out an appropriate time limit for me for this drill, I'm just gonna draw and shoot the targets. The way they're set up, I think it'll take about 1.6 seconds. I can guesstimate that based on my previous dry fire training. All right, one more time. All right, looks to be about right. Now I'm just gonna add half a second, and the idea now is going to be to draw and shoot and then move as far as I can in any direction I choose during the drill. I'll try moving to the left. Now I can work my way back to the right. Once more, back to the left.
Hey, do you try to like make longer distances, kind of mark out how far you're getting and make yourself move like longer distances
Yeah.
to pick up your pace?
Yes, the measure of success on this is how accurately you shoot and then how far you move. So depending on your space considerations, I mean, you want to move as far as you can. So usually you start running out of room. That's why I only add half a second, you know, something real minimal. Because you'd be surprised how much distance you can cover in half a second or a second. All right, so what looks about right for you to draw and shoot these 3?
Let's try 1.8.
All right, 1.8 seconds. So you dry fire regularly, so you know these things. Exactly right. Good. Now we'll add half a second in, see how far you can get moving. Now, nice stable dot. Good. So when you're doing this in live fire, I notice you move a lot faster and your dot probably bounces up and down a lot more. So try and recreate that here. So move hard. Are you seeing your dot move up and down?
Yeah.
All right, so now you're kind of doing it the same way you would in live fire. Now you're in the zone where you want to practice, right? So now try and go that same pace and get things stable. So bend your knees, get down a little bit lower, try and keep your dot stable. Very good. Are you starting to see the dot moving up and down? Because that is definitely happening in live fire, right?
Yeah.
All right, so try and fix it one more time. Very nice. All right, Matt, what do you think an appropriate time limit is for you on this?
2?
Sure. Let's try and figure out your appropriate time limit. All right, maybe 2-2.
2-1.
All right, 2-1. So if 2-1's appropriate, you're gonna get 2-6 for this drill. Good. Let's try it again.
I was a little pulled off on the left one.
All right, drive them into the center. Very nice. One more. You're looking good on this. This is what you're good at in live fire, right?
Screwed that one up a lot.
No, you double clutch the trigger, that's all right. This is shooting on the move. This is a great way to test your ability to be accurate while you're moving. Back here we've got 4 targets 10 yards from the firing line. They're spaced across 7 yards evenly. We're going to take the leftmost target from the left box and the rightmost target from the right box. Target time on this drill is about 5.5 seconds. The idea is that you shoot the center 2 targets while moving, going from one box to the other. I don't think it's a good idea to set up drills like this so that they're repeatable every time. I think it's a good idea to try different things, but if you want to have a good idea of where your skills are right now, you can set up this drill at the distances I've specified, and you'll know about how well you stack up. You want to make sure that you can be accurate when you're shooting while you're moving. Your sights bounce up and down, and you want to get down nice and low. If you're dry firing, you're shooting on the move, you'll see where you think that the sights are lined up when you're practicing, but you come out to the range and they're really not. So this is a good way to check to see if you're dry firing appropriately, because the whole point of this drill is just to be able to move and hold your sights stable on the target. If you can't shoot A's while you're moving, then you need to go back and dry fire some more and pay a lot of attention to the way your sights move as you move across the floor at your house. Don't drop your gun out of the first box. You know what I mean? Your gun moves straight to the next target. Dropping a couple C's. Good, 518. Hop into the box. It's okay to look down to where you're going. All right, so since you finished the shooting part and then you had some space to move yet, try and move faster and keep shooting. Okay? Get in a good stance when you get into that box, as good as you can. Bouncing up and down, clipped into the head. There you go. It's fast time. You see how the gun's bouncing up and down and you're getting the head hits there, the lucky misses? That's what you're trying to reduce, get down lower. All right, that was shooting on the move. As you can see, there wasn't a big difference between the times that we all ran, but there was a difference in the accuracy. Cozy needs to go home and work on keeping that dot stable on the target as he moves around in his living room. This is 9 lives. Behind me, I've got 3 pieces of steel that are set up not to fall. You can set up poppers not to fall or just use hanging plates like we have here. Anything works. Set them about 10 yards. They don't have to be 8-inch plates or mini poppers. They can be something bigger and a little bit easier. We've got 2 stacks of barrels. You can, of course, substitute in barricades. Any vision barrier will do. You're going to engage each piece of steel with 1 round from the left side, from the center, and again from the right side for a total of 9 shots fired. Well, what we're looking for on this drill is to keep your gun up and go straight from one position to the next with no pause. When you're actually on the range shooting this, it can be difficult because you have the barrel in the way of the next piece of steel that you're looking for, and you're going to have your sights on the barrel as you wait for the piece of steel to appear. There are a couple really common mistakes I see on this drill. The first one is when people get sucked so close to the barricades that they have to pull their gun in and push it back out. When you're shooting this drill, make sure that you stay far enough away from the barrels so that you can transition like this without pulling the gun in, instead of doing this. The way we have this set up, about 5 seconds is a pretty fast time. One mic, 657. Stay on them. Six flat, one mic. Nine for 9, let's do it. No misses. So you have to pull your gun around the barrel, so you're getting sucked in. Your gun should make a straight line to the next target. Very good, very accurate. Now try and pace it up just a notch. Did you go 18 for 18 on this? Yeah. Like a fucking boss, dude. That was 9 lives, and as you can see, it's a really difficult drill to be accurate on. Matt had a really hard time hitting the targets one for one. And I'd like to point out, these pieces of steel back there are a lot easier than a 5-yard A-zone, for example. Those are big, easy pieces of steel, but when you start moving, they become pretty difficult. All right, guys, this stage is called Runway. This is a 25-round stage. We've got 10 paper targets, 1 drop turner, and then 3 poppers. The popper all the way on the left activates the drop turner. The start position will be standing anywhere in the shooting area with your gun loaded and set on this table, pointed downrange. Any questions? All right, you guys want to see the prop?
Try really hard and push really hard. It doesn't really even make you go much faster, just a little bit. It's almost like a religion. You got to buy in to the fact that pushing hard is not going to make you faster. It's not going to make you better.
You're finished, unload and show clear. Matt, you picked a pretty aggressive order.
Yeah.
To go activator, second popper, then this target, then another target, and then the drop turn.
Yeah,
Now, would you do that again in retrospect?
absolutely.
Absolutely, I love it.
There's plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Oh, you're finished, unload and show clear. All right, you can see, Chris, you edged it, but not enough to make it fall. So that would have been nice to pick that one up.
Other than that, I like the run. It felt
You were fast as hell.
Stages like this tempt people to take risks that they really shouldn't. You want to have a good match, not just a good stage. Come up to the line with a plan you know you're capable of executing.
Hey, the one thing I did notice that I really liked what you did that
What?
I didn't do, neither did you, is
Step
on that and
Yeah.
step to the side.
Yeah,
That
well,
was
you
really
have time
smart.
to step off away from the table. How did you think the stage went?
I thought my stage went pretty good, except I was a little rushed on the activator sequence.
What about you?
I really liked the way I did it. Obviously, I left that steel. I caught the upper corner on it, but I think my plan was aggressive. I liked it. I liked the way I took the steel here, and I really liked coming down the runway here, you know, coming in, shooting that open target that gave me time to get a good sight on that dot, and then I could hose the rest of it coming across.
Okay, I think the really important thing on this stage is the beginning, but there's so many choices. So I think both of you agree the drop turn is really slow.
Yeah.
It's very slow to come out. So what do you think is the way to handle it?
You need to shoot something in between the activator.
You definitely need to shoot something, probably more than one something.
Right.
I did it a way that was really conservative, but
I was sure I was able to do it.
And I went the other way and shot really
You shot
aggressive.
really aggressive. I think it's probably better to go a little bit conservative. I went just left to right and then came back and shot the turner. So I had a really simple order. I didn't have to change directions a lot, which I kind of like. What do you think? Would you do it differently, Matt?
I think I get it again.
You do it again the same way?
Yeah. I think because you waited after three.
I did
Three
have to
shots.
wait. I had to wait a little bit.
I think if we had 4 shots to take, it would be perfect. But we don't have that here.
It's
So it's 3 or 5, and 5.
All right, we'll do it again. I'll try 5.
I think
and
we should
we'll
try
see what
5.
happens. Now, Matt, one thing that I did that you guys didn't do was stepped off when I grabbed my gun. So
Right.
why don't you try that too? Finish unloading, show clear. Boy, Matt, I really would have liked to see you keep moving through here on these, but you came to a stop. Now, how did you feel things went on the drop turner over here?
They went good. I think they went a lot better. Got better hits on it.
You shot it a lot more conservatively, and you still had plenty of time to get
Right.
at everything. Finished, unload and show clear. Chris, one thing that you did a lot of was you pick the plan where you have to swing back and forth quite a bit. So it's nice to pick an order on these targets where you don't have to go left, right, left again. If you can just go one way and then just sweep, that's almost always quite a bit faster. It's pretty aggressive other than that, I liked it. I'm gonna shoot the most aggressive plan possible. I'm gonna shoot the activator steel, then everything else, then the turner.
Okay.
And then Cozy'd like me to show him coming in on the mini popper and then working my way back in on the easier targets.
All right. Pretty aggressive.
It's not aggressive, it'll be fine.
All right. Stand by. Range is clear. 1358.
Whoops. I made a little mistake there. I double engaged that one.
Yeah.
But
Explain why you did that.
I didn't walk through it 3 or 4 or 5 times and really put that into my head. So I just kind of came up and ad-libbed it, and that's why those sort of things happen. So don't do that in matches. All right, so you want to run this again?
Yes.
Okay, how are you going to run it this time?
I'm going to keep the top side the same as I've been running it. I'm going to go with the activator, the steel, the static, the drop turner, come in and clear this. But instead of going in and coming in on that target, the open, wide open target, I'm going to try that hard lean and then just work my way back across.
All right, sounds good. Finished, unload and show clear. 1264, your fastest one yet. What do you think?
It just felt a lot more, it flowed a lot better.
All right, the next drill we're gonna work on is to help getting into a position and making an accurate shot. So from live fire training, you can probably see there's a lot of situations where you have to run to a spot, get set up into a position, and make a shot. You can set up small targets in dry fire that you have to run to a spot, set up and shoot, and you can work on those mechanics in dry fire. So what we've got here is 3 they're designed to be difficult targets. It can be anything you like. We're just happen to be using small circles. So what we're gonna do is get a time just to stand here and shoot them, and then add in a little bit of time and move to a spot and shoot the targets. So I'm gonna figure out how long it takes just to stand and shoot these things. I would guess from my previous dry fire training, this will take about 2 seconds to draw and hit each target twice. So we'll try that. Yep. Try it one more time. All right. Now I'm gonna add in half a second, and I'll move a couple steps off to one direction or the other, and then I'll move into the position and shoot the targets. I'll start this drill from low ready, that way I don't have to worry about drawing the gun out of the holster. If your draw isn't very fast, you may end up spending the whole drill drawing instead of getting the gun up into a position and getting ready to set up. So what we're gonna do is get the gun up on target, move a couple steps over, and as soon as I get a nice stable sight picture, I'll start shooting these targets. All right, we'll try it going the other direction. All right, I wasn't very happy with the first target that I shot. The sight bounced up a little bit on my second shot on it, so I'm gonna go again. All right, that looked a lot better. So just like any dry fire drill, it's all about me holding myself accountable for what I'm seeing on the sights. When you guys wanna try this? Sure. All right, Cozy, get up here. What do you think? 2-2? We'll see if you're right.
I actually said 2-3, but that's right.
Very fun, 2-3 then. All right, good. I'm gonna add in a half a second. So now you're gonna move a couple paces. You're gonna start from low ready, move a couple paces over, get the gun out on target, get your dot nice and stable, and then start shooting as you set up, okay? Happy with that?
No.
Not quite hitting everything?
No.
All right.
Definitely bouncing.
All right, we'll try it again. Good. Happier? Try it again. Very good. See, I can just see, I can watch your muzzle of your gun, and a lot of times in live fire, it's bouncing up and down, and you run into a spot, and now that you're watching your dot, you come in and your gun just stays perfectly flat. So that's what I like to see. All right, Matthew? Oh, you're getting good at this dry fire thing. You called that one on the nose. You gotta move 2 steps over, get low, set up. So this is where you had some problems on the stages? All right, let's fix it. That was weak sauce. Let's try it again.
A little off balance there. Did you notice me rocking forward?
I sure did. A little bit better? Good, that looked better.
One more little.
One more.
The first shot way left.
You threw the first shot left. So that'd be like a no-shoot hit, huh?
Do you find yourself throwing like a target stand in front of there and acting as a barricade then?
Absolutely, yes. So this is a good thing. You can make any vision barrier you want. You can use a doorway and work around that. It just makes it more like what you'll actually see in a match. When you're on the range, you're going to need to come up with ways to practice for what you see in matches. Not everything can be written down for you. You're always going to be seeing something new, and you have to practice for anything that you see. So you have to be able to create little scenarios like this, set them up, work with them, and learn something. What we've got here is a box and a vision barrier. You see that stuff in matches all the time, where you have to go from point A to point B. The challenge here is to be ready to shoot when you get to point B. The little drill that we've set up here recreates that scenario, but there's a minimum of stuff we have to set up. We've got 2 barrel stacks, a box, and 3 target stands. Pretty much anybody at any range has this much stuff. And if you're creative, you can set up just about anything. We're gonna start in the box and engage the one target directly downrange from it. Then we'll move to the other side of these barrels and engage the 2 targets from the left side of the barrels. From a technique standpoint, we're looking to have our gun up, aiming at the targets when we get to the new position. We'll also run it the opposite direction. All we're gonna really be looking at today is the time between these 2 positions. That's what we're trying to improve. 45. A little bit of overswing there. Reposition. You're overswinging that second target consistently, my friend. Have a mic there, buddy? So the problem there is really being accurate. It's not so much being fast. Very nice. You can create a little scenario like that for just about anything that you're ever going to see in a match. You can and you should. All right, guys, welcome to this stage. This is Engage from Where. This is a 26-round stage, 14 metric targets, and 2 plates. The start position is standing outside of the shooting area with toes against that rear fault line. Any questions?
Well, I think it's really important to be honest with yourself. Now, on match day, I think it's important to have a good perspective. If you go and you try and be the best at everything and win every stage, I can assure you that you will not win the match. Doing well is about consistency and, someone else who's just better than you, man. They just shoot weekend better than you do. They just do. So when you walk up to the weekend stage and they just lay it down and crush it, I'm not going to fuck with that. He can have it, man. I'm just going to do what I know how to do. Because hopefully that's going to work out better in the long term.
Matt, you picked up a no-shoot coming in.
Saw that.
It makes me sad. All right, are you ready? Stand by. It's good. Looks like a
saw
lucky
that.
miss into the head here. How do you feel about it, Cozy?
I felt like I was a little bit choppy. I didn't feel like fluid in my motion.
You hardly spend any time with that one.
Big stages like this often have a little bit of everything. There's tight shots, shooting on the move, distance change-ups, reloads. Everything needs to come together.
All right, guys, let's talk about the stage, some choices you made, and what you could maybe do better. Matt, how do you think it went for you?
Doing good. I noticed when I came in on that target, I pulled off and got the no-shoot. But that
You picked up a no-shoot. What about you, Chris?
I felt a little choppy in the beginning. On that target as I came in there, I know I just clipped the headshot and got a B on there, but I saw the hit and I called and I knew I was going to be off, so I decided not to try to make up the shot. But I do have a question up here.
What's your question?
So in a case like this, I know these are 7-yard targets. Is it faster to step into bounds, take that no-shoot target first, hose that one, and then just beeline right to there versus trying to take those on the move?
We can talk about it. I don't think it's going to be any faster. I think it might be a little bit safer. You might reduce the risk of clipping the no-shoot,
Okay.
but probably not faster. You see what I'm
It's a
saying?
wash?
It might be a little slower
Okay.
because you'd come in and you'd stop and then you'd go. It would be faster just to take everything moving, but definitely more difficult. All right, let's come back through here. See, Matt, this is the target you clip the no-shoot on. So these are always dangerous targets. When you come running in here full tilt and we've got a penalty target right on there, that's where you want to be safe. Neither of you chose to shoot anything extra from here. We've got this one target that you have to shoot from this spot. It's not available anywhere else. Why didn't you guys decide to shoot anything here?
It's just easier when you're down there because you stop there and you're in there.
Yeah.
And they're also available there.
What I'd like to see from you, well, actually from both of you, because you don't have to reload here, is as soon as you're done shooting this target, you drive your sights right onto this target. Even though the barrel's covering it, you put your sights right on it and keep moving, and as soon as it becomes available, you shoot it.
Okay.
Ideally, you don't stop. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, let's move up into here.
Everybody had to shoot the headshot here, so that wasn't an option.
No choices there. Now what about this part? I decided to take this target and then came through and shot the really close one and then kind of worked my way out to the steel. I thought this was the simplest order, and I thought it was easy for me because as you're moving through here fast, I used the easy targets to get settled up on and then worked my way out to the more difficult shots.
I'd like to try to clean that target and those 2 plates from that other port and be able to come in here and just do this.
Do you think that'll be faster or slower? I want you to try it, but I reckon it'll be a lot slower. From this position, you don't have to stop at all. And adding a stop in while you shoot that stuff is going to add a lot of time. Finished, unload and show clear. Better? Yeah. Did you like how you got on that one right away? Yeah. I like that too. One thing I'll point out, when you come in here running hard, you're definitely flirting with disaster here. So we definitely are going to work on shooting on the move for you because that is, yeah, this is very dangerous here. Right. You got, this is all you, and this very nearly again. Yeah. 16.61. Slower to stop there. And then if we take a look at your hits down there.
Yeah, they're a lot.
Yeah, they're a lot worse. So both of these targets are sort of danger targets for you. Up here, we've got C and a D, just so you're staying off that no shoot. And then over here, your sights move, your dot moved up and down as you're bouncing along, and you picked up a no shoot.
I'd ask for an overlay on that.
Love it. All right, I'm gonna run it again. I think I'm gonna do things a little differently. After I shoot this target, I'm gonna reload, step to the front, and then I'll start on the long targets and work my way into the easy ones. Now this is just like a distance change-up drill that we've worked with, so I don't think we're gonna see a whole lot of difference in the time, but there may be one way that I prefer more than the others.
Are you ready? Stand by.
I felt a little bit choppy over here, but overall it felt very similar to my other run. I had a positioning issue where I wasn't quite far enough back to where this target was available to me, and as a result, I shot at the center of what I had available and dropped points I didn't have to. This next drill, we're going to work on wide transitions. We have the target spaced as wide as we possibly can here. The idea is just to transition between them as quickly as possible. We're going to set a time limit so tight that you have to swing really aggressively into the targets, and you want your dot to show up in the center of the target every time, right? So that's exactly what we're going to try and do here. I think we'll figure out a reasonable time limit. I think about 2 seconds to draw and hit both of these is about right. If it's a 90-degree swing, we have a little bit less than that, so we'll try 1.4. Now the thing that I'm looking for here is to keep my sights on that target until I'm done with it, and then push into the next target, right? So I'll go the other way. Try it again. All right, Chris, you're up. I'm gonna go 1-6 for you. I saw you leaving this one before you got done with it. There you go. A little slow, try it again. Very nice. Did you screw that one up?
Yeah.
What happened?
Past that target.
So that's the same thing that would happen in live fire, right? So this is where you can work on it, right? It's almost a waste of bullets to go shoot this until you fix it here. There you go. Good. Matthew. Now how about 1-8? Nice, that was good. Now push it a little harder. You got it? What we're working on here is motoring the gun, pushing hard to the next target, and we're going to try and get a 0.3 second transition time from target 1 to target 2.
Bring out the fire extinguisher, cause Steger's gonna burn it down.
A fucking
Make ready.
Who the fuck is Ben Stoger?
This time.
All right. Again? The first drill we're going to do. Fuck you, Pete. The first drill that we're working on today is the bill drill.
We got outtakes.
People love the fucking outtakes. The first two, I'm not gonna do that, but you can do that. I'm gonna go like a fucking madman. All right, so no, you're right. It's cool.
You gonna do the dance? Gangnam Style?
I'll dance.
Come on, man. I bet you can dance. You got fucking moves like Jagger.
All right. You're like, you're doing one of these, baby. Is that for the outtake reel? Yeah. Okay.
Like Primer Strike.
Uh-huh. Stand by.
Sorry.
Guys, this stage is cubbyhole. This is a 12-round stage with 6 metric targets. The start position. The start position. The start position. Fuck me, really? All right.
You can hear you.
I know you can hear me. They're gonna hear that too. You're on start position whenever. I know. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to. Joys of a public range. Why don't we just shoot the fucking stage?
The worst thing you can do on a stage like this is come to the line without a plan. If you watch people go before you, you should have some idea of what you can be capable of. Step up to the line and do the best you can. Yeah, you're right. That is fucking retarded.
It's a freaking mosquito, man.
I don't care.
Jesus Christ, you
I got
fucking
bit already.
sissy.
You got stung, not bit.
I thought real men
shoot?
came from KC.
Make ready.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, all right.
Seeing those gnats.
Those are big, easy pieces of steel, but when you start moving, they become pretty difficult.
Not getting shot back.
You fucking make all the excuses you want. We all know what happened.
We're out here.
Am I good?
Piss right there.
Make ready. Are you ready? Stand by. This will be so good for the outtakes, right?
4 aces, take 1.
No?
4 aces, take 1.